it seemed pretty obvious. Either way, this is technically the safer way to react as KT, but it doesn't actually give them the control. They've given the ball to DRXs.
It is! It's Annie!
Already in our first game. I didn't see that one coming. New champ.
Never seen this one.
In this draft, and we may see BDD even build Leandries into this because he doesn't necessarily need to be straight burst damage. He can slowly burn away in those neutral fights because he has that peel of the Gragas. He could just set his ultimate up to cut Drake fights in half, for example, give the Zeri more agency there. We'll see what he decides to build.
He should sustain some damage. I mean, they saw him. BDD just going to go for a bottom lane gank. We've been seeing a lot of this from mid laners. Beryl in a bit of trouble here.
Dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's dead. He's not even going to flash. He knows. And this is something we have been seeing so often nowadays. The level 1 mid lane gank in the bottom.
And we're going to watch this one more time.
나 있어 하나만. 보자.
BDD calls for this.
예, 잡을만한 듯. 잡자.
Get him.
잡았어.
We got him.
먹어. 나이스.
Also calls for him to take the kill.
1v1 here in the river. Cuz does not have smite as it's going far away from Krako. He didn't have smite either, as he's pretty low now and is just going to get flashed on. He is also just dead, as Cuz going to pick up that kill relatively simply.
Hence flashes for the exhaust to make sure he can't get to the wall there to get over. And I think this is part of why we haven't seen Annie in challengers just yet, right? And with a lot of supports banned here, Beryl was like, I'm going to cook.
So Kina's ult and flash and cask. This is a little bit of a trouble here for DRX, as Gragas able to handle this Keen very, very nicely.
This is one of those games where you're like, does Beryl ult this game? Does he ever find an opportunity with all the control?
Not sure about that. Well, we know that Cuz is going to ult, and Beryl actually very tanky. Had his shield as well as Rascal TPs into this one. Cuz does have flash. He's just going to flash over the wall, but here comes Krako as well. Did KT overstay their welcome? They're going to get a kill onto Rascal. As you can see, that Duckdown was trying to get that last hit. Not quite able to, as BDD is just going to TP out of there.
There's good levels of aggression, and then there's overextension. Aiming doesn't know about this.
Uh-oh. But the Annie is coming in really aggressively. Yeah, Aiming's in a lot of trouble here. He's going to cleanse and ult and flush away, as now they are kind of up against the wall here, our DRX, but they get a lot out of this Zeri. You see that KT not yet able to punish them, as BDD just jumps into 4 people, and he has a stopwatch, but is he going to survive here? He will flash away as a very broken up fight. You see that Fade has to flash, but he's going to be the first one to go down. And perhaps KT finally going to get this on their terms, as Keen and Cuz able to corral the rest of the team down towards the south. The cask will be flashed, and 2 kills will go to KT. And now, 2 dragons already for KT, and they're looking to press the envelope here onto the 3rd dragon. You see that DRX just kind of on the run. There was a TP into mid from Fate, as now Rascal is all alone, and the team is just going to leave him here. Nobody on the side of DRX can help him. They're all getting zoned away by Aiming until Aiming does come over and collects the kill. So a free handbag just given over to KT. That's wonderful. Can get anywhere.
Get anywhere, anytime. It's like DRX are like, can't push top, you know, can't flank this. Krako, where you going?
Ass comes out, DRX looking for the flank, as Fate just going to push them away.
That's cool.
And probably wanted to push it the other way. Aiming in a little bit of trouble. The exhaust might help out, but no, Aiming goes down, as that is a big carry of KT now out of the fight, but BDD is getting huge amounts of damage on this back line, and they will take out the Draven. As it is only Rascal, it is a quadra kill right now for Cuz, as he is on the chase.
This is why he's the one who's left mid to push, by the way. It goes back to this. And he's the same level as Rascal right now.
This is so fast.
Yeah. I mean, Rascal is going to get the speed up here and is trying to trick him.
Oh. I don't think he can get a penta anymore. Could be unofficial, but still counts. As Cuz, just a couple more hits, Rascal is not going to give it to him. Keeps throwing up the confused little froggy thing.
Confused little froggy.
Even saying good morning, top of the morning to you, but at the end of the day, KT will say top of the morning to game 1 and take the victory.
Really hurts Duckdom here, and the Annie can be strong. We talked about why it can work, but when he gets pushed out so early like that, Beryl, very invisible this game, unfortunately.
passively. Or you could try to fight fire with fire, as it sins for Lehens.
And he's not even smiling. Lock it in like it's the most standard pick. And, I mean, for him, at this point, we could practically say it is.
He has the secrets. I think I'd probably just go Azir here.
I mean, I think it's the safest pick. Works very well with the team fighting. They just want to run it down. In a good way. Run down these ranged Aris and Caitlyn, get on top of them. They have very little peel, right? It's going to be very difficult to deal with this Aurelia. And what is going to be the response here on the top side of the map to this Jax? We'd see Gnar in a lot of cases. The Sion I talked about feels better here now that you're dealing with the Aurelia and the Jax. You have a great front line. You don't mind if you get stunned up by that Aurelia's. You're right, it looks like his feelings are hurt. Sion's pick.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to have something a little bit more interesting. Very similar to last game, except that aiming will swap this out and leave immediately. And fortunately for DRX, Lehens is not sitting in the middle brush there in the bottom lane next to the alcove.
Aiming got hit by that spear.
Spiderlings, the heroes here.
Okay.
Rip that Spiderling, though. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. They are in there like swimwear into the jungle.
Yeah.
This is another ward killed.
Pretty clean fit.
Yeah.
For DRX as well, and this is going to force Elise to back away. Was probably planning on pathing bottom side anyways here. We'll start the blue buff with Jax's help. And what do you, I mean, all right.
This is going to set up vertical jungling. Rascal
really
just going to help leash and then teleport to top lane. Something you can do, especially as Sion, because he can get back to lane very quickly.
Yeah, he's really hard leashing too. He's going to help set up this red buff.
Yeah. This is 100%. There's no way that anybody's stealing anything away or any shenanigans are going to happen here.
Yeah, and with a Singed on the other side, you do have to be careful. And aiming Lehens just knowing that they don't know where everything is set up right now. This ward is perfect, though, and they're just going to look for a...
Okay, wait, what?
Okay, this is a really interesting strategy. Hold on.
4v2 bot?
Over.
Rascal is in trouble. I guess he might just die. No, he's going to stay alive. Aiming is still level 1, so... 4v2 in the bottom lane. As Cuz is like, come on, guys, I'm just trying to farm.
I mean, you leave a Jax up here long enough, and this becomes a huge problem. Now at least Sion is hiding the back TP, as he doesn't know he's backing.
Yeah. The TP, I mean, didn't seem like they wanted to go for the dive. As BDD's getting in onto Fate. Flash away, doesn't matter. One auto does it. BDD with the solo kill in mid.
So clean. You know the Nidalee is bottom side here. You have that all-in window at level 2. He pushes it through. And that's a dead rise, no flash, so follow-up ganks can be a big problem. Rascal lost a lot of farm trying to set up for this, where they push back the Draven as... What do you get in your bottom lane? Not a whole lot of power, as here comes that level 3 gank right on time.
From both junglers. Krako here gonna get stunned up, though, in a little bit of trouble. It's a lot of damage going in onto the Nidalee, as here we go. They cannot flash away, the Caitlyn is stuck, and they go for Krako anyway. As Lehens gets in there and shows the true power of the Singed. As this is, okay, BDD's bot as well for some reason. Looking for this one, gets the Omega long stun. Doesn't matter, didn't even need it. As it will be Cuz who picks up the kill.
Man, this series might just be a wash, Valdez. I mean, all the strats, they're pulling them out here. DRX not wanting to play a straight-up game, but they are not finding any success coming up empty here. As aiming here has an Elise with him. I've seen this one before.
And Duckdom is grounded for quite a while. They land the Cocoon onto Krako, as obviously big range advantage here to the DRX side, but oh, they're going deep, and Aurelia's coming down here. Lehens is going to survive. He is just a Singed, and you know what they say, never chase the Singed. As trying to get on top of Krako here, the Flawless Duet is going to miss, but Krako is still very alone. One more Q can do it, actually. BDD is level 6, so he's just going to throw in the ult and trade it back there onto Krako.
But this Aurelia in these mid-game fights is going to be insane, and the side laning setup for her later on becomes an even bigger issue. Rascal?
Oh, Rascal, he's getting close. And, you know, with Jax's new ult, you got to be careful because that burst damage is just even more apparent. Krako is near the top side of the map, though, here. Could look for an angle as Rascal sticking around is going to tip Keen off, who does have Flash. This is going to ward hop dodge. The spear doesn't even have to use Flash.
Yeah, at least coming up here, too. I don't think you can actually turn this into a win.
Little dodgerino as Jax is in the bush. Keen got over here so fast. And able to hand that over to Keen as well. It's just massive.
It is just massive, but it's also just...
Yeah, okay, here we go. The Realm Warp is in, but grounded immediately. They are going to take down the Hens, that is for sure. But let's see how the follow-up does go. The front line stunned up here. Fate in a little bit of trouble, but a big stun up to 2 of them as DRX nearly able to trade this one back. Here comes the Aurelia, finally a big flawless duet, but BDD is so low, he jumps into 5 and gets taken out immediately. The fireworks are so large in this game as the spear is going to go through them. As now a piercing arrow perhaps to finish it off, and no, not quite off cooldown here.
Oh, and this is pulling. Yeah. Barrow looking for an angle here. Traps are set.
A little bit of baiting perhaps as Len's going to eat a massive chunk. Not very delicious for him as that one is going to hit as well. Krako, the long range artillery. It's stung and a miss. Let's see if Lehens is gonna, nope, not gonna stop that train. As he's now just gonna help leash the Krugs. Nice. Yeah, like you said, I mean, individual, okay, they're actually gonna fight it though.
Or just fight
Chemtech Drake. And they don't wanna let DRX get too far ahead towards the soul, I suppose, and they feel pretty strong right now, so let's see if it works out. The Realm Warp not gonna be taken. Rascal doing a good job, but the Cocoon lands on the back line onto Fate as he is going to get clawed out, and the rest of the team was a zone on the left side of the fight. KT pick up the free Drake, and it will be Cloud Soul again.
That's how you make a TP worth it on the Jax. That's how you do it. You got the Cocoon set up into Counter-Strike, instantly delete Fate. BDD is going top. He'll do what Keen didn't do to this turret, kiting down, right?
Yeah. Could he do Rascal now? He wants to just train out of here, but instead, oh, he doesn't even have his train. Yeah, he's just dead. And Zombie Scion is going to get stunned up and killed.
And be train to set up now for Rift Herald.
Yeah, and they didn't. We were at 19 minutes here. I guess you could try to get this, but especially as DRX, well, okay. They really want to take this fight. So they're even going to use the teleport here on Rascal to make sure that they can.
The angle here is good for Keen. Got to be a lot more careful about watching Cuz.
Scion here alone. It is Scion, though. It's Rascal. Just being chunked down by BDD, though. He's not tanking up just yet. He's going to survive for quite a long amount of time, as the spear is pretty large. Into Lehens and the Whirling Death. No, it's Scion. Never mind.
Almost gets that cash in. Would have been amazing.
It's like, Jonah Strong, we need to see that. He's like, no, we don't. No, that isn't Scion.
He wanted to keep it a mystery, all right? I thought he might get it.
Could have been the big cash in.
Yeah. That ward, you didn't kill it. He's gonna get you. Rascal's hiding in here. They really want this.
Wow. Realm Warp comes in, BDD just throws his ult into their faces. They need to force more team fights, I think, because here we go, we have a TP coming in.
No way!
Three-man Counter-Strike! And I was just talking about the Varus immediately. Caster Curse as Keen comes in and just dunks on him. And now Krako's going to be next. Keen is a monster on this Jax.
Cash in, man. He's trying so hard.
Never going to happen.
Early deaths.
It's going to end with 0 kills.
It's not good. He's like, I just want to get this. I want to be POG. I want to do something. Or TP the Jax once again.
Or just TP and fight, you know, that's fine too. You know, I'm good
Here
with that.
Here we go.
Oh man, another 3-man Counter-Strike. You gotta be kidding me. DRX is not checking their flanks and Keen is just styling all over these kids.
And aiming will get a cash in onto Rascal here. And this game, I think, shows up to this season, blinds the Jax multiple times, plays counter matchups, and still just carries his aiming.
Aiming might die here. Oh, yep, the Rise coming in, the flash on in. Aiming's just dead. As, you know.
So is that inhibitor turret.
The AD carry solo pushing in mid lane, probably not the way. But it's okay. KT's still in a pretty good spot. And maybe that's just going to start up a fight here. Look at this flank. We've seen some crazy flanks already in this game. How about this one? As down will go Duck Dom again. The Varus does not get to play the game. And neither does the Scion, apparently, as he is going to get a double stun, but essentially just CC'd to death. Decent amount of health bars taken away from the side of KT, though. Some of that poke actually landing.
And KT are like, all right, just keep pushing. There's no objective up. 30 seconds on that Drake.
Kane is a raid boss at this point.
I mean,
He's almost a level 18. Yeah.
He has the highest damage in the game, or he did at least moments ago, last we checked. And I would be very surprised if that has changed. It may change eventually. If this game goes much longer, you know, Fate might catch up. And Rascal just tries his best to turn this one around, but not enough long-term damage.
Uh-oh, BDD's trying to catch up. He's going deep into the inhibitor turret, and that's going to be the kill. He is in the base.
Can he take an inhibitor out on his way out?
Going back, yeah.
Trade me for Baron. He's got a stopwatch, buying a ton of time.
Yeah, and he's probably going to go down, right? I mean, Ducktop can't even get near him, though, as a ton of damage does come in from the turrets. As somebody, okay, Barrel's just trying to get vision on this. Yeah, what can you do? Just got to give away this Baron at this point.
The one
can get in.
thing that we just didn't trust about KT this whole time, right? Hold on. This
you trusted Wolf, you got excited.
Well, I didn't trust initially. I mean, that would have been folly, right? But
Krako's just zoned. Can't get through the raid boss. He's going to need more members of his guild to come on over and help him clear that one. As in goes Keen, and yep, the raid boss is just chasing him down. Just chasing him out of the dungeon. You can't get away from this guy.
Insane. This is just insane. I mean, I cannot believe
Zanya soon. Actually. And this game might just be over. KT now TPing into this one for actually the clean 2-0. Nothing to see here, Wolf.
I mean,
the real one this time.
Like, actually, yes. Although, because of the circumstances, I would recommend this VOD.
Yeah, Game 2 was really fun.
Nothing to see here except some craziness, especially in the early game of Game 2.
Yeah. Well, Fate's gonna give it his all, but I think we know where his fate lies. Although there is no wave now, they're just gonna push in bot side, I suppose, and go for it now. The Rise supposed to be good at clearing waves, but at this point against Baron, not going to have too fun of a time. There are 5 members of DRX still alive, by the way. KT may be just letting them all spawn to get even more KDA as they're just hitting the Nexus. That's all they gotta do. The ult from Aurelia goes wide as Scion gets a big smash down, but it does not matter. GG, KT gonna take the 2-0 tonight.
I don't have much to say about...
Beryl did the most damage on DRX.
That is the state of Soul Laners getting completely wrecked. And Ducktop trying to play a Varus where all he could do was sometimes chains people. And that's about it.
As Lehens is just going to hover the Singed for a moment. I don't know whether I like that, but it will be picked up. So the Silas into the Azir. And Oldie, not sure whether it's a goodie. KT, pretty short range here with his composition.
Yeah, I haven't been the biggest fan of the Silas. Now, the 1-for-1 is incredible for KT through lane, relatively unscathed. And before we judge Ezreal Karma, I do want to take a note. And one of these teams has been winning a lot recently.
Yeah.
And they have one loss on Ezreal Karma.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna. I like Ezreal Karma. I think it'll be.
Yeah. That's fine, because both of them sort of finding one another here. As there's a flash from Peter. All right, that should be first blood, but he does flash to try and get himself out of the way. Is this piercing arrow going to land as Vital? He's not even going to be able to charge it in time, so very lucky. Lehens will survive.
Vital actually went for W.
Just to defend the W take a little bit more as well, as I'm not going to be able to because KT are collapsing on this bottom lane.
Yeah, sums are used.
Yeah, Peter doesn't have his flash available. Vital, let's see whether he can stay alive as BDD comes on in. Peter is going to be the first target as the double kill immediately, but still Lehens is going to die. So if that hail of arrows hadn't have caught Lehens there, he might have been executed.
Yeah.
As Cuz is making his way in, that's the Arctic Assault flash as Vital realizes he has no way out. He's going to have to fight this one, and he's going to lose the battle. KT taking full control of the Rift, and man,
although admittedly into Karma's still going to be hard.
Well, chains are going to connect there as there's the Emperor's Divide, and you saw him on a ward. The flash comes in, and it's barely enough to get Fiesta out of there. and he doesn't even have to flash, so never mind. I guess he was just fine no matter what.
Yeah, Keen. Spent all ahead.
Oh god, that flash. That was sick from Fiesta.
Well
he
done.
wasn't window shopping. That's it's inconsequential as Cuz moving on over finds himself the Glacial Prison. Peter taking a lot of damage as PDD's going to dive on top of Dundun. Into the back of the pit they go as Aiming is just thrown over, but he's not going to get engaged on. Oh my goodness, Sylvie. He dives on top of the Ezreal. It's an absolute disaster in this fight as they double kill each other. That's kind of hilarious. Cuz is, in the meantime, just going to be left with the dragon. Dundun gets over the wall, but Keen's got a Q button for that. And Peter is now finding himself having to escape as best he can. Fiesta not going to be as lucky. And the Nautilus will move out. A disaster for Nongshim. I mean, this game's well and truly throwable. As Sylvie is going to get caught out of position. That is a Glacial Prison you didn't really want to hit, as there is the answer. The Vi goes in to do the suplex and then just dies. I reckon just go for it, guys. What you got to lose? As immediately, Trinket Ward comes in.
Throw it down.
Yeah, Nongshim, they are not phased. This is a 50-50 for so many marbles. As Glacial Prison is going to sort of fly to the feet of Nongshim. As BDD looks for a depth charge, he'll find one. And now KT, let's see what they can find, as Fiesta is going to take it all the way towards the back line, as now they're looking for the fight. Peter going to go down first, as now Keen is going to get thrown away. They take the Sejuani as Sylvie dives forward. BDD just standing his ground. Emperor's Divide lands as Keen is thrown away. Aiming still alive, but they get rid of the Jack. And now True Shot Barrage not going to find the targets. They had good vision around the area as well. Aiming, he couldn't find the angles.
So maybe we just have another fight. Maybe we just do it all over again, Atlas.
It's called the rinse and repeat as Fiesta gets taken down quite low from that True Shot Barrage, actually, as now another Glacial Prison will fly forward. The Winter's Wrath value is just despicable. Emperor's Divide is being picked up. We know that BDD knows how to use these. As he's diving in, doesn't find the chains. Emperor's Divide's going to get the flash out of Fiesta, as now Dundun's trying to escape, but he's not going to be allowed to. Keen spins on top of a blast.
Going up!
A really cool move, but I don't know whether it was good. As BDD over the wall and will just get taken down, but Aiming, he's just going to play this one front to back. They're looking to clean this one up. There's the triple kill. Is it Penta time? It is absolutely not, as Keen will deny it, and Fiesta is running away. Hextech Soul is going to be picked up as well. And look, the roller coaster fell down a little bit. That's the unofficial quadra kill to come through from Aiming. We know that it's KT. And Nongshim need to make a decisive move if they want to stop this from happening, but I don't even know whether that is going to ever work.
I don't think there are any moves.
Yeah.
Don't see him, Atlas. No moves in our observable universe.
Ooh, that was a pretty cool fadeaway there from Cuz. Picks a weird angle, manages to land the ult. No real follow-up as the hook is going to connect onto that one minion. That minion Peter does not like whatsoever. Sylvie doesn't like Lahens though, and he's going to be able to get that kill. Chains of Corruption are going to connect. Keen not going to get snared as Cuz is super tanky, and in goes Sylvie to grab the double kill. He's likely going to die for it, and now the fight is on. The second one goes down as Peter will fall, and Keen, he just wanted them to come out from underneath these Nexus turrets. He'll go golden. Fiesta finds the Emperor's Divide, but Aiming is just going to slaughter him. A triple kill here for the Ezreal. 10-1-7 on Aiming. 17 out of 19 kill participation. The man is having an absolutely fantastic game. And KT, they will tidy up game number 1 in 29 minutes. But it just felt like the skill gap, the understanding gap between these two teams was extremely large.
Well, yeah,
and we don't, and even with our teams that are very low in the standings,
pick Zoe. Do it.
That'd be really fun. Maybe BDD will play. Okay, never mind.
Well, we got a new champion, Atlas. We did it. We got Cassante instead of Graggy. So you have your miscellaneous objects.
Oh, we're just going to check out this for one moment as the Abduct is going to connect. There's the flash after, and that's First Blood going to BDD. Sylvie now trying to fight his way up, but look at this. The value of the permafrost is just insane, and KT, from BDD's perspective.
What up?
It's 2. It's his chains. And yeah, even with 5 being there. The power of a champion like Silas that can reliably proc the permafrost
Okay, Cade, nice.
Just nuts.
Was that exactly the same play that they went for in game 1?
On the
but
bottom half.
didn't manage to get? No,
Yeah,
I
well,
think there was a gank in mid lane as well,
They
right?
did this first in mid lane, then it didn't work, and then they did the same thing in bot lane. A decent amount ahead thanks to the counter jungling.
Emperor's Divide's going to be picked up and thrown back again. This mid-jungle duo is going very, very well. Sylvie will be able to secure the red buff. But Fiesta's continuing to have a really rough time. Look at the CS gap. It's 30 CS at 7.5 minutes. Cuz is actually not going to see that this Rift Herald is being taken, but instead he's going to look to kill Dudu, who's going to pull Keen back. Actually, Keen's acting fantastic. As, all right, Cuz is going to be taken for a bit of a journey, and there's the permafrost. You were talking about this, the value, as Sylvie right under their noses.
풀 20초.
All right, let's
내가 먼저 볼게 그냥.
see how BDD does it.
볼게. 잡았다.
He deserves a shout out. He's actually been a great jungler. Have I cursed him?
Well, I don't know. He is going to get caught out of position, get thrown into the bouncy castle, and will be taken down. But now, KT are looking to close in. Not going to be able to necessarily find the avenue in that they were looking for, though. And so that is just a kill going over. And unfortunately, yeah, the cast curse was extraordinarily real.
But even into tanks, I'd much rather... Oh, hold on.
Well, Aiming could be punished for his choice pretty immediately, as Cuz throws a glacial prison into Narnia. Aiming's still alive somehow. Not entirely sure how, as Lehen's playing some alcove gaming. Actually working out absolutely beautifully for him, and Sylvie is just caught out of position. Okay, well, we need to see that from like Lehen's perspective, because he was just standing behind 4 people, ran into the alcove and was K. Level of success on this champion, he's been a little bit, like you talked to Valdez about it, he'll tell you that Jax hasn't been as successful as Keen's just having a really good time. As you can see, these empowers really starting to hurt with this Divine Sunder already built, as there is the flash ult, but now the rest of Nongshim will turn up. Has Keen been baited is the question. He's continuing to do battle, as the counter-strike kind of works, and then Dundu comes back, and I guess 1 versus 4, it's not going to work out, and I apologize profusely for the caster curse.
All it took was 4 people and 3 ultimates.
Ooh, a decent little flash there, but Vital's still dead, I have a feeling, as Lance comes on over. He'll take Peter for a walk, as BDD is just going to walk it out in front of him. And so that kill was answered pretty immediately, with Vital going down. And now Sylvie finds himself with a little bit of a few friends, but Cease and Desist is going to follow him, and yeah, Sylvie punished, but still going to be able to take the eye. They'll be able to use that to help push out one of these lanes.
It's fine.
Well, Cuz possibly caught out of position yet again. Dredgeline will connect. He does take a lot of damage, as he will get out of there, as yeah, Sejuani's are not the optimal target to be engaged upon. We've learnt this a few times this week. Cuz will survive, does have to flash, but he's got Warmogs. So he's like even more.
I don't think it would have made a huge difference.
Oh, it's a really cute sidestep from Keen, as Dundun is going to try and do some Cassante things, but Lehen's was lying in wait. Might be able to pick up the kill, but it's not going to happen, and that is Lehen's getting another one. 2-0-2 for the Karma. Like, it feels like...
Span a copper that doesn't feel like you can weave it into costs, even though we've said it both like 3 times at this point.
I did say it previously, actually. As Glacial Prison will connect here. Peter able to at least get the dredge line through. Chains of Corruption unable to be followed up on there, as BDD just looks for the fight. There's the real Chains of Corruption, but BDD has the Zhonya's already. Peter trying to get out, doesn't find the dredge line, but he isn't going to die, as Dundun just staying there, trying to keep KT away. Not able to get any of these kills, is aiming. Also, not quite finding the Qs here to soften them all up. But still, with no one dying, still KT with a lot of control.
That was 4 versus 5 as well. If it was even that, because it was really just BDD against multiple people. It's actually just so hard to find any play.
Vital is dead. Cuz going to help lock down that one, as he's underneath the turret now, taking a bit of damage. Gonna have to flash one more time. Sylvie possibly overextended, but he's gonna be able to flash his way out. And aiming, just going to slink back into Fog of War. Cuz getting so much value out of this Warmogs. It is just insane. As I saw that Chronicler, he's already written down his POG vote. He's all ready to vote for Cuz Lightyear.
Oh no, never mind. Keen has turned it around.
BDD also just dancing on top of this enemy ward,
making his way downtown.
crashing into these walls. As he
fast.
gets over that time, doesn't find the chain as there's the Emperor's Divide! And BDD will help lock it down. The Glacial Prison also fantastic. The Azir killed by his own ability as aiming, getting on over, offering a few of these autos. It's a double kill for BDD as now Peter is just going to be escorted out of there by Lehens. And it should be that this Chain Lash should come through, and BDD should be able to grab it. As, yep, thumbs up there from BDD. And KT should be able to use this Baron, or at least the last minute of it, to crash down these inhibitor turrets and possibly kill the Nexus.
If this roster of players was anywhere but this organization, you could see this and not be worried about the outcome of the match at all. But it's truly something special that even going into this match, we were like, what if? Somehow KT finds a way. Well, KT is here to tell us absolutely not.
No.
Completely one-sided from start to finish to sub 30-minute games. Sheer dominance.
This
from
is the
this team.
essence of clean 2-0, nothing to see
It
here.
is.
Because the only thing we got to see was one draft. Like, there is the least amount to see from KT in this particular series. It is actually quite absurd. One more Nexus turret will come through as Dundon trying to survive. Permafrost is going to come through the last ditch effort now as Sylvie gets into the back line, but he'll go down as well. Cuz collects that kill as Keen gets a gigantic counter-strike. And BDD is going to set up for the kill onto Fiesta. Emperor's Divide might be able to kill the Silas, but it's not quite able to. And Peter is left on his lonesome on the fountain. The Nexus will fall. He kills Lehens at the last second.
I'm glad everyone left on Lehens when he dies. That's Lehens
Yep.
would laugh at you as well.
Yeah, he absolutely would. As, yep, this damage graph, you know, not the worst in the world, but honestly doesn't tell the story of how this game went. Those couple of Heralds, definitely good news.